Hey guys, how's it going? Hal Bamboo's down here with
Jordan from Venomenon.
Yeah, and he's one of the 4 bands that are participating tonight for the Wacken Metal Battle Canada. You can catch all the footage and the highlights on our blog at the Headbanger journey at Hardtimes.ca. How's it going?
It's going alright. It's going alright. We just got off stage, so
yeah,
a bit like shook right now. You know, when you're screaming for a little while, you got that gut feeling where you're like empty, but you know, you're alright. You're feeling full of joy, so it's good.
Joy and adrenaline and like.
Yeah. I've said enough tonight. You know.
Alright, so what can you tell me about the beginning of the band?
Basically, it started when we were just in high school. I was hanging out with Scott. We were deciding on starting a band. And we basically stumbled upon PD through jamming through mutual friends, and we were going to start some cover band for this one show. It was called Decaying Dead, which is the stupidest title because the dead does decay.
They're already decaying.
Yeah, that's it. It was pretty irrelevant, but yeah, we just basically got to jamming, and then that band fell through, the cover band, and then we decided I'm going to keep jamming with PD, and then I brought Scott in, and at that point we really didn't know what the style was going to be. And there was even Andrew Prop from Dissension. He was on keyboards. He played guitar in our band for a short little bit.
Really? Guitar too? Where does that guy play, man?
We went through a bunch of second guitarists.
Oh.
Prop was one of them. He plays a lot.
Apparently. Okay.
I mean, he's really well-rounded and stuff, but you know, we did that, and then that didn't work with a bunch of people. We tried bringing in singers, and then we had this one show booked. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to play guitar. I'm going to try to sing. Take a jab at it. I've never really done a vocal lead on my set, like my own kind of thing. So we did it, and then that was it. We went to go play the show, and it's been uphills ever since, you know, just playing more and more shows, and the rest is history, I guess, you know. And here we are playing Catacombs for Wacken, and we're opening for Skeleton Witch May 30th, which is one of the bands, that's one of the bands we live for right there, you know? And we have the pleasure of opening up for a band that we love.
Yeah.
And really are heavily inspired by it. So,
yeah,
so.
For sure, man. Skeleton Witch is the shit.
Yeah.
Alright, so what can you tell me behind the name? Which, I mean, Phenomenon. I remember you told me before about how Nike came out with some fucking
there's this whole scandal behind our name. Yeah. Basically, how we came up with the name Venomenon was we were sitting on a couch watching Spider-Man, and then someone said, "Oh, look, it's the phenomenon where venom changes into the," and we were like, "Oh crap, it's Phenomenon." We laughed about it like a bunch of dumbasses, obviously, and we were like. And then we looked at each other, and one person was like, no, let's not do it. And then we ended up going with that name. And it was just kind of like, it's been something where we're like, it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing, because a lot of people don't know how to pronounce our band name. A lot of people look at it and freak out and just cut it short, say Venomenon or whatever. And then I've noticed one thing, most of our French fans also put the M at the end of Phenomenon, so it's Venomenon. So there's this whole thing behind our band name that basically everyone has their own take on it. Yeah. So we were just kind of like, shit, man, this is a good band name, you know, but we just kind of stuck with it after a while. And then a year later, my buddy Alex Glass from Protocol, he sends me a link. He's like, look at this, Nike's printing your band name on shoes now. And I was like, are you fucking Nike? Of all shoe companies, Nike, you know, the fucking child laboring, massive corporate fucking company of Nike. And, it was hard, man. Kobe Bryant's signature shoe is called Venomenon. So it's you have the best basketball player from one of the biggest shoe names printing our band name on t-shirts and shoes. And I was like, we gotta jack a truck, man. There's all our merch. We won't have to pay anything for merch if we get a Nike truck jacked on the side of the highway, and we're perfect. But we haven't gotten to that yet. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, but maybe it's good. Alright, so, I mean, what I would say normally, what would you bring to this competition, but what have you guys brought to this competition that would blow everyone else out of the water?
It's hard to say what would blow everyone else out of the water. Maybe what's different is, I mean, a lot of the bands got attitude, but I feel like we have a lot of punk influence behind our, at least I do, because in high school I was all into the punk scene with my high school buddies, and there was 6 punk bands going on in just a little school and whatever, and we just always raged it so hard in the punk scene. So I feel like I maybe bring that aspect that's different from the other bands at least.
Nice. Alright, so finally, if 2 bands were to fuck a Phenomenon with a child, who would the parents say?
Undeniably Pantera and Sepultura.
Dude, 3 bands tonight have said Pantera, and if I could show it, well, I'll show it Yeah, fucking Pantera. And Sepultura?
That's it.
I love my Sepultura.
Thing is,
too.
though, I mean, we also have some other influence, but I definitely narrowed down to Sepultura and Pantera for sure.
I dig
Without
it.
a doubt. Yeah.
I dig it a lot,
Those
man.
are our bands, you know. That's it, yeah.
All right, man.
Awesome.
Any last words?
Man, keep it heavy, keep it rolling, keep it groovy, keep it fucking real. That's all I gotta say.
All right, man.
Venomenon! Thank you, everybody, for coming out to round fucking 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1,